Hey guys, John Denton here, and I just wanted to take this little moment just to talk to you guys, just to be honest, and to be real with you for a minute. It's been a hell of a year. We all know this. We've all been going through a hell of a lot, some people much worse than others, but I don't think there's any denying that every single one of us who've been going through this situation, if you say the actual word, then YouTube will kill the video. Has been going through this situation that we've all been in across the world this year, have been struggling. At the same time, as this year wraps up, I just wanted to take a little moment to talk about some of the things that have happened throughout 2020 on the channel, but mainly to extend a huge thank you to you guys for your support, and I'll talk more about that towards the end of the video. We started in January with probably the worst thing that happened in 2020, Justin Bieber's Yummy. No, for real, we started the unbelievable video from Mac Miller's estate, as it were, for Good News, which was one of the highlights of the year in terms of quality, right? His album came out, one of the albums of the year. And at that point, we're just kind of looking forward to what's going to happen throughout 2020. There's this sort of whirring in the background about this thing that's happening around the world, about this potential problem. And then we fast forward, the channel hits 100k. After Hours drops from the weekend, takes the channel to another level. And then obviously the world does shut down and we all start operating in a different way than we've ever functioned, right? And we now know this, we're all bored of it. I'm not going to dwell on it too much. You don't need me talking to you about what it is. But just to talk about our own personal situation for a minute, I want to extend a huge thank you to everybody who clicks these videos, everybody who supported me, guys who interact with me on Twitter, interact with me on Instagram, come on the Twitch streams, and they've just supported the channel and support what I'm trying to do over here. I mean, it is the most intense and genuine thank you to all of you. Because let me just break it down for a minute. Basically, December last year, a year ago, basically, I knew that my job, my main source of income, the thing that pays for the house, the thing that pays the bills, everything was coming to an end, right? December last year. I knew it was happening from about a month before that. A job that I'd been in for 8 years. So there I was coming into 2020, stressed, man. I didn't know where that next paycheck was going to come from to start covering things. And I knew the best thing to do was to double down on my client work and to double down on YouTube, right? Fast forward 2 more months, COVID happens, everything shuts down, lockdown happens, and all of that client work dries up, basically. It all goes, especially at the beginning. Came back a little bit towards the end of the year, but especially at the beginning. Also, work that my wife had been doing shut up shop as well. So we're in a situation here where it's scary, and it's scary for so many people. No situation to be furloughed or any of that sort of stuff. The only thing I can do is just to give this YouTube thing as much of a go as possible. And honestly, because of that, and because of you guys' support, and the fact that the channel has grown past 100,000 subscribers, now past 200,000 subscribers, and throughout that, and throughout you guys' support, it's allowed not just me to be able to become a YouTuber in inverted commas and do this, but also, honestly, quite seriously, for my family and my kids, to get through this fucking craziness. And that's just from me to you. So that is a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart to everybody who supported these videos. So as we move into 2021, I think realistically, just because a year is ending doesn't mean the world's going to change that much. But also, on the flip side of it, I think we're a lot more prepared mentally and physically, in fact, for dealing with this situation for however much longer it goes on for. Hopefully not too much longer, but we don't know. New straight, problems still, of course. But we know it's still going to be a little while. But I think we're more mentally prepared for it, right? We know what it's going to be going into it, and we can use that strength together. And there is no shame or fallibility in admitting that you might not be prepared, or you're struggling, or any of those things. And I think it's important to everybody to be vocal about that sort of stuff. Of course, there's always going to be people in worse situations, but that doesn't mean it should diminish how you're feeling at the moment. So I'm just going to leave it with this, as well as a huge thank you for everything, and a big commitment to you guys at 2021 on this channel, and what we're doing over here is going to be even bigger. It's going to be even more about music, obviously, about the albums that are coming about, the different potential moments we're going to share, listening and interacting with what's going on, but also a commitment to connection. This channel is about music, but it's more about connection, and I think that has been summed up with those Twitch listening parties, if you've been there for those ones, just having that, especially in a world where we've not been able to interact, in a world where we've not been able to go to concerts and stuff, having that, from a personal point of view, having that connection with you guys has meant so much. And I can tell from the energy in those Twitch live streams, in the comment sections under my videos, that just having that connection with each other is super important. So there's a commitment to taking that whole thing to another level. And all I wanted to do, finally, to just leave one piece of advice, genuine piece of advice from someone who's been around the block for a little while. It's a piece of advice I kind of told myself maybe a couple of years ago now, and I doubled down on it this year. And I tell you what, it has been really useful and important this year, especially given everything that's been going on. And it is quite simply a piece of advice for social media. I'm not anti-social media, obviously. However, I don't think our brains are fully equipped to deal with this sort of stuff yet. And perhaps they never will be. But if I can give one piece of advice, it is this. Unfollow, mute, block. Unfollow, mute, block. Okay? That is the most important piece of advice I could possibly give, I think, for social media. If there is somebody on there that is annoying you, if there's somebody on there saying things that make you feel unhappy in any sort of way, whether it agitates you, whether you feel it's designed to irritate, whether it offends you, just get rid of them. Curate your feed to get rid of all of that negativity. Trust me, my feed is almost all people making me laugh, people telling me some facts. Very, very, very little news on there, very little politics, very little negativity. And if somebody starts acting in a way that annoys me, they're gone. They're gone. It's not real life. That's the most important thing. It's not real life. You can just get rid of them. That is a projection of what they're doing on this platform. Get rid of it, man. Trust me. If you find yourself interacting with people and then you check their feed and it's all politics, even if it's politics that you believe in, right? And it's all that all day, and all they're doing all day is in that conflict all day. They're going to bring that energy to you, man. They're going to bring it to you, and it's not going to help you, man. It's going to make you feel worse. Please, unfollow, mute, block. Get rid of as much of that from your life as possible. Hey, even if it means unfollowing me from a Man United tweets, I get it. Using that approach, especially when we've all been locked inside and so much on social media, please just take a bit of that advice in. You don't need to get into those arguments on social media. They achieve nothing. And actually, some accounts are now just designed to bait people, to create engagement, to create argument. Football, it happens a lot, happens in music a lot. Okay, the big hip hop account. It's a tactic, okay? If it's making you even slightly stressed, get rid of it. That is my advice for 2021. We are mentally prepared for this year. We're going to be mentally prepared for this year together. Whatever it throws at us, we know what's coming. And we can put our shields up and be prepared for it. But please, don't put yourself into that fire if you don't need to. Get rid of those fucking vampires, man. Get rid of those vampires from your social media feed. If you just get rid of them. That's my advice. Or do what you want, obviously. Do what you want. Guys, just once again to reiterate as well, thank you so much for the support. Here's to 2021.